Sure. All right.
Preview.
This is Ultraviolet Grasslands. I think this is session 6. Yeah, that's what my notes say. And we're here with Mike and Heath playing Phaedred and Modan, respectively. Um, Modan, you want to give us some stuff that you remember from last time?
Well, I remember that we in our journey. So we were journeying. I got real sick on the journey. I got some food equivalent of food. Oh, I got an amoeba
Mabel,
parasite.
yeah, that's right.
Uh, but luckily, just used some time to heal. Phaedra generously offered me some alcohol to fix it, but we didn't need to do that. We came across some of the it was some of the princes, right? They were coming back the other way. Is that right?
Mm, right, yeah.
Who had their
Comparison
caravan?
8 body, who's now comparison 3 body.
Yeah, their caravan had been messed up by something,
Really
and they asked.
big.
Yeah, and they told us about this big giant thing they saw off the trail. So, being the curious cats that we were, we had to go check it out. It turned out to be a big, giant, malfunctioning auto factory thing with like body parts and a face. And we're like, "Whoa, what is that
Whoa,
thing?"
let's go check that out.
Yeah, is
And
it?
so
Let's get closer.
Yeah,
let's get closer. What could possibly go wrong? Well,
uh,
what could possibly go wrong was it sent some weird
spiders.
flying spider attack
Mm.
drone things,
Mhm.
um, which seemed which Phaedred thought was were about to attack us. So
Mhm.
he threw some magic at them
He
and
did.
damaged some of them. But then they flew right past us and instead attacked our loyal,
Scorpion
faithful
dog.
pet Scorpo, the
A
scorpion, the
Scorpy.
pony-sized scorpion dog. Poor
We
Scorpo.
thought that the Silver Lake had magically healed of its
Foam
um
infection.
his Vom
Hmm.
infection, but turns out no.
No,
Magical Silver Lake just disguises Vomes and make them look like they're not Vomes, so you trust them and they can get past Vom detecting
Sneaky,
defenses.
sneaky Vomes.
So luckily those spiders saved our ass
yeah. So
because
yeah. So it's like once we realized that Scorpo was a Foam after all, we just let the spiders. We just let the spiders chop him up into tiny
Yeah,
bits.
good thing I only killed one of them.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Good thing we weren't more effective. And we did find out there's like this big auto fact which was leaking and damaged. If we wanted to, we could devote our entire lives on a big giant quest to fix it and get really super stinking rich, or not, but it's an
Yeah,
option.
it's an option.
It's an option. It's still out there. So I think we did some research on it, and in order to prove that we found it, Phaedred, used his wizard knowledge and between magic and practical, between his magical knowledge and his practical knowledge, we extracted some. What did we call it? We extracted some stuff from the autofac. What did we call it?
Bioseed matter.
Bioseed, yeah. We extracted a sack of autofac bioseed matter, which is probably valuable in its own right, and
Yeah,
also, we could use this to prove that we really did find this thing if we wanted to maybe not try to fix it ourselves, but to sell the information to someone who could. Unfortunately, in those shenanigans, Phaedrid exposed himself to some kind of magical corruption, and causing him to like grow like goat-like horns, and his skin became tougher and not exactly scaly, but very calloused. He still looks mostly pretty human, but the long and the short of it was, he now has he gained a benefit. If this were like Gamma World, it would be like I gained a beneficial mutation.
this is just a cosmetic mutation.
Oh yeah, the caravan also gave us. We got some tips from the caravan as to what those tips were now. Some maybe some like trade tips, like oh, good place to go. Well, we did some
Oh
trading
yeah.
with them. They bought all the vampire wine from us.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
right,
They
right.
told
We
us
bumped it.
something beneficial.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, we bumped into. Yeah, exactly. We bumped into another trading party. Who were also traveling the Trail of Vomish Dreams,
Hmm.
and yeah, we did a little bit of mark. We did a little like 1 day market research with them. And what did we find?
I think you
Did I write that
found.
down?
Let's see. The market research stuff that I have here is on my big map. Let's see. You have radiothermal fuel is cheaper at Fallen Umber. You found out that soul stones are very in need
Way
at
back in
the
Violet City,
Violet City back there. Um,
and the Grass Colossus and the folks at the Grass
oh yeah,
Colossus sell indigo ivory real
indigo
cheap.
ivory. Yeah,
So much we can do. So many things, places we could go.
What was the trait I got? Oh yes, I gained the resilient trait out of
that's right.
the exposure to, which basically means I have a +3. I now have a +3 on saves versus diseases, poison, and radiation.
Yeah. And indigo ivory, you can actually source that at the Dark Light Passage, which is a ways down. But that's a that's a longer term thing.
Was it at the Porcelain Citadel? We met some people who really love shellfish.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right. Yeah,
And we could, if we wanted to, the further away we bring them from shellfish from, the more money we could make. So we could go
that's right.
way, way, way down south to the to the wine dark ocean.
Yeah, that
yes. I
was
wrote I wrote him down. I wrote him down and found some art for him on the NPC sheet. So that was
excellent.
lithophane. That was lithophane 4 dyad.
Leopard lithophane. Yeah, lithophane loves shellfish. I had that
There's
note there.
so many
Yeah,
opportunities.
yeah, yeah. You're rolling it, but I think
Yeah.
we
Oh, and
decided
I
you're
also.
heading down to the Grass Colossus next, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yes, that was the plan. Oh, and I also did find some art from the books for the Vome infected Farfallon, which we really should send word back to the Porcelain Citadel that
Yeah,
she might be very dangerous.
Yeah, we definitely want to get, yeah, because they might be being invaded by Vomes as we speak already.
mhm. Yeah.
And
I put
I also
together a little
found
Farfallon tracker on my notes, so I know where she's gonna be while you're traveling around.
and I also found some art for Teljean de Barbie,
Oh, nice,
who was the ambassador from the Rainbow Lands to the Porcelain Citadel.
nice. Yeah, I've got a bunch of notes on the NPCs I need to load in there. But if you have any
Nice.
questions at all, I'm happy to tell you what you remember if I remember it.
Got it. I mean,
If you remember what I remember.
I've been trying to write them down as we encounter them, but
Yeah,
Good call.
but
I
there's been
have.
a lot, so that's yeah. Can't keep track of everything. Cool. So I think we left off. We were headed down the trail to the Grass Colossus, and that is a 1 week journey. Is that right? Yeah, it's a 1 week journey from the Trail of Vomish Dreams. Unless you wanted to spend some more time looking for discoveries around there, we'll just do a week of
What do
travel.
we? I think we should just do a week's travel.
Yeah.
We spent some time investigating the autofac, so maybe now that we're back on track, I'm curious. I'm curious as to like meeting some new people
Yeah,
and going
cool.
to a new location.
So this will
If
be
that's
Yellow
okay,
Month
if
3.
that's
Yeah,
okay with if that's
Oh
okay
yeah,
with you, Heath.
totally.
Cool.
awesome. Cool. Sweet. So, who wants to, let's see, where are we? There's our travel. Let's spend supplies first. Spend a week of supplies
Yay.
for, I think the four
I
active
think
people.
4 active
Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The animals
We
can,
have
num, num, num.
need to spend
Still got my
4
trusty
sacks of
mount. He's not a Vome.
supplies.
I'm actually going to take Serena off because she is hanging out um, at the Porcelain Citadel, and Ferric is back up at the. I think Ferric's also there, but I don't imagine we're going to see him again.
At least I
Yeah,
hope that she come.
I'm sorry that Gwen wasn't able
Yeah,
to continue with us. She was really fun to play with.
yeah. I think she might be able to jump in at some point later.
Well, I know this is a quarterly, so she may hop in the future.
Yeah, Yeah, and we may continue after. So if folks are into it, we'll see how it goes. Cool. So supplies are spent. Who
I
would
spent
like
supplies.
to
Yes.
roll misfortune?
I can't remember. Is it me? Is it my misfortune time?
Uh, yeah, I think I rolled it last time. So why don't you go for it? Let me find
Uh,
my let me find the dice roller.
what am I rolling? The D20, is that right?
Just the D20. Yeah.
14.
14. Ooh, 14.
We stumble upon a
Hmm.
mountain of money.
So you're walking towards the grass colossus, just taking it slow and steady. There is if we look at the map here, scroll down, there we are. You're actually trailing along that little river, the Vale River, VALE River, that is going up to it. The water is not
Oh, I just want
completely
to
clean, still
like
filtering
interrupt.
as you. Yeah, go for it.
If I could interrupt briefly, we got maps
That's
from the
right.
people last time. Does that give us like a bonus on our navigation rolls or
It
what
will cut off
does?
some time when you want to use them.
Okay, got it. I just
Yeah,
didn't know what I didn't know mechanically how they worked.
yeah. So that should where write it down somewhere. Yeah, I think that takes like shaves like a d6 of time off of your
Okay, cool.
whichever trip you want to use it for. Maps. Yeah, I can look it up if we want to use it.
Yeah, I've got it on my I've got it on as one of my items, map of the grasslands.
Awesome.
Maps. They don't
Oh,
love you
I
like I
might
love
have.
you.
Did I add a? I didn't add a note to it. Oh well. There was I slip in a note just to remind. Cool. Let's roll for. That's my roll. That's my roll. First, let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, this is a peaceful ride. Yeah. So you're taking it easy through the through the hills here, through the vales by the Vale River. Um, you're just taking it slow and steady, filtering the river water as you're going along. You actually run into some uh, a little a little herd of herbivores. There's some big old prairie pigs and a big glyptodon hanging out by a watering hole, like one of like the giant megalithic sloths. Um, they're just minding their own business. They are food if you want to hunt them, but you can also just leave them be.
We're not lost in the wilderness, and
Yeah,
we still have another week's of supplies, and we're really close to the grass colossus. So
yeah,
I would suggest we leave them be for now.
I will
yeah.
pet
Cool.
them.
You can definitely do that. Let's see. Oh, Keith, you should have. I think you each should have two hero dice at this point.
Oh, okay,
Thank
Basically
you.
two
Yes.
two per session, one for the
okay.
session and one for the time. Um, did you got XP for Johnny Autofac, right?
We did. It's
Okay,
already on.
cool. And
Oh
what
wait,
was the
I
other
just
hero?
hold on. Did I do the same? Trying to figure out why I have 300 under Beetle Horse still.
Oh,
Because I know last.
300 is level one. That's like
Oh, that's just
300.
okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool, cool.
300 is zero. It's
I
just
just
the
know that
system.
I remember my first experience. I accidentally put into Beetle Horse instead of myself, and then we fixed that.
Yeah. And since this
Oh
is
yeah, that's right. I forgot.
uneventful,
I forgot. I have a pet
yeah,
shrub.
you got Shrubby.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right.
I've got Shrubby, the sentient tangle shrub.
Yeah.
I have no idea what, if anything, it can do, but hey, it's cool.
Oh, I
We'll
wonder if
find
I can
out.
talk to my bleeding cactus and find out what the deal is with my bleeding cactus. My mystery bleeding
um,
cactus.
and since this is a placid trip, you can also heal your life back up to your max. So I think that's 20 and 12 for you. If you have, yeah, great. And then we're only at 6+ days, I think. Yeah. So we're good to that. And we will hit the destination. And we arrive at the Grass Colossus.
All right.
All right. Um, you cross the you come out of the steps and you're in these like hills and vales now. And you kind of crest this last purple ridge as the fog starts to settle during sundown and opens up to a wide vale, um, which seems pretty nice compared to the harsh foam infested grassland that you've been trudging through. There's a couple of rivers here. If you look at the map, there's a couple of rivers that uh, looks like the rivers come from the west and then split off at the Grass Colossus, and they're lovely, lovely little rivers. Trees. There's some like clearly very old pitted ceramic ramparts at the juncture of the rivers, just kind of some old ruined structure, some prehistorical like it's probably seething with magic, so best to steer clear unless you want to investigate. Um, Down in the vale, however, what you came for on there's two little hills. On the larger one is a giant wicker man of woven grasses and vines and thorn bushes, and you are just in time because shamans of many clans meet here, and they gather and teach each other their clan chants and do little festivals for the circle of grass and all that. In fact, let's see. I bet there's a festival going on right now. Yeah, there is. Great. Um, cool. Your options here at the Colossus. There's a little Burning Man tent city here. Um, you can camp basically for free. It's one cash per week, but don't even worry about it unless you want to get fancy again. You can head to the Long Ridge that is heading west, and the southwest or the south facing passage is to the southeasty. Um, there's also the death facing passage to the south, which
We don't want to go there.
yeah, it's a shortcut, but it is not recommended. It is.
It is a shortcut to the last Sarai from here, but
Yep.
it really isn't much of a shortcut.
Yeah. It's
Because
treacherous
if you want,
and yeah.
yeah, because from here, if you wanted to go to the last Sarai, yeah, it isn't all that much of a shortcut. We could go back up to the Trail of Vomish Dreams, go back up to Porcelain Citadel, and then back
Mm.
down to the last Sarai, and as much time it was in just one,
It would
two,
take half the time if you went all the way up and back down.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it would take less time to go up and down than to
Yep.
take the death-facing passage.
Yes. And much less chance of getting instantly incinerated when you look at the face of death. So
Mhm.
but some people like adventure.
People like the challenge, and
Yeah.
there's rumors that there's cool stuff in there.
There's cool stuff
because
in there.
There's cool stuff in there because plenty of people decided to take that shortcut and died, and all the stuff they had with them is still
And now
there.
their stuff is there. I'm going to paste a little map of the Grass Colossus here for you.
And those little
In
numbers
chat.
mean it's different amounts of time depending on which way you're going, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's 2 and 4 weeks to go
Yeah.
south
Oh.
and 1 and 2 to go north. Because west is down. Because that's the map.
Well, west is down. What?
Yeah, west is
Oh,
down.
got it.
Yeah, because it's a long, long way down. So I just pasted a map of the Grass Colossus area. Being a true and honest depiction of the site of barbaric superstition as rendered into paint by HCR Evria Safran on the occasion of the II expedition of T. Land Chaponanas. Trees, there's trees all over the place. That's nice. You haven't seen trees in a while. There is a passage down west, satraps are down that way. That's cool. Um, there's the Colossus is fearsome and soaked in gore. Um, and kind of like the Porcelain Citadel, there are some defense fetishes kind of strung up here and there. Fetishes are kind of like uh, mannequins, basically. Um, nothing as ancient or deadly as the golems at the Porcelain Citadel, but it's good just to have in case. And yes, there is indeed a festival going on. Let me roll to see what the festival is. Roll it. It's festival number 3. This festival that is going on now and will be kicking off as soon as the nightfall fully falls is the shaming of the chiefs. All the chiefs of the clans are paraded before them and visitors, and then tied to a prehistoric yellow rock and mocked. A reminder that all mortals are created equal worms beneath the treads of the sky gods. Cool. So yeah, that party's just getting started. So what would you like to do? There's plenty of folks here to hang out with. Yeah, what are you interested in doing at the Colossus?
I'm just looking at the map here just to get an idea of what might be going on.
Oh, and since you are at a destination for the first time, you can make a free discovery roll.
Ooh. Shall I roll that one?
Yeah, go for it.
That's just a flat D20.
It's just a flat D20.
I rolled a 7, which I think
mere
is usually
rumors.
which is usually lucky.
Usually, yeah. This is you get rumors of. Let's see, which one are you going to get rumors of? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. In fact, there are rumors of. There are rumors of a place along the death-facing passage where a previous caravan tried to take a shortcut and met with not as grim a death
fate
as they would have if they continued, but a bad fate nonetheless. The clansman who you get this rumor for is in the depths of drink right now, so we can't really give a whole lot of details. If you wanted to spend a week and or some hero dice, we could bump that up to a discovery, or you could spend some more time doing that. So destination actions, searching for discovery or asking for rumors, basically. Market research, buying and selling, carousing. I believe we have an option here for carousing, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, or any camp action. So foraging, healing, studying.
Got it.
All that stuff.
I mean, I think we're all, no one's injured.
Yeah, you're all in pretty good health.
We're all in pretty good shape, so I don't think we need to do any healing or. What do we have that might be, let's see, what do we have that we might want to conceivably sell here? Oh, that's right. I guess we sold our trade goods to the other traders that we met on the Trail of Oma streams, and they didn't really have anything that we really particularly wanted to buy because it would have basically been a wash.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, our market research indicated that here they sell indigo ivory cheap.
If you can find indigo ivory, it will be cheaper here. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the radiothermal fuel is more. No, it's standard price here, I think, but cheaper in Fallen Ember.
It's cheaper in Fallen Ember, so let's not buy it here. Let's not buy radiothermal fuel here.
Yeah, and again, that's a rare trade goods. That would be a little bit of an effort to find, but you could do it. I'm sure you could do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask around and see if I can find some indigo ivory that someone would be willing to part with.
Nice, nice. Do, 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 do. So, yeah, let's do some buying and selling.
Okay. Would my skill as an advertising engineer come into play?
Yeah, I think that'll count.
So I'm skilled at that, so it gives me a +3,
Yeah,
plus
and probably
two.
charisma with that. So it's +3 for the skill, +1 for charisma, and
Okay.
it's D20.
D20 +4. Well, let's see what I get. I got a 17 on the dice. +4 is
Nice.
a 21.
Yes, yes, you can definitely find something. Um, oh, cool. Um, yeah, what would you like to sell that you
I
have,
was
or what are you looking for?
I mean, I was looking to try to find it. I was looking to try to find someone who is selling indigo ivory, which
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
allegedly cheap here.
It is allegedly cheap here. Yeah. Yeah, I think you find someone from yeah. There's a there's a guy, Shiver Grommet, who is a shaman along with one of the clans who he's basically a bard. He loves songs and tales, and you I think this is far far away from the Violet City that when you regale him with some of your advertising exploits, they are appreciated, and that puts him in good spirits. And he uh, two things. Um, Offers you some like trinkets or potions to buy, very cheap. If you want to buy some, he doesn't. It's kind of snake oily sounding. It doesn't sound. He doesn't really detail exactly what they do, but he assures you they're very cheap. But he will also give you pointers to someone who does have some of that. In fact, that would be
So,
the priest
so the
Hubert
so
of Blue.
so the potions and tinctures. He's offering to sell them real cheap.
Yeah, yeah, 10 for 10 each, basically.
Basically, so like so. Oh, he's selling. Oh, these are like these aren't trade goods. These are like he's selling
These are
he's selling
like
actual potions.
yeah, yeah, bottles of unknown effect.
And the
Got it.
deal, if we want the information, we have to buy some of his wares. Is that what I'm
Oh,
getting at?
no, no, he's
Oh,
happy to, yeah, point.
okay.
He's just uh singing his songs and telling his jokes, and
Got it. Got it.
I think
But
before you
this
leave, he's incorporated some of your stories into his own.
Fair enough. So these tinctures and potions, would they count as snake oil per the rules or not?
um
The snake oil
Not,
actually snake oil
yeah,
is actually effective. So
yeah, not good snake oil.
it's
In
snake
fact,
oil, snake oil.
it's snake oil. In fact, I think because of your above 20 roll, I
I,
think
I
it is clear once you get a whiff of it, they are poison. In fact,
Alrighty then. Yeah, let's not buy
um,
that.
yeah, but he's willing to sell to you still. Uh,
Or
good
we
for
drink it all and end the adventure right now.
yeah, why not?
Or
Cool, but he
we could,
does
or we could get someone that we could get someone we don't like to drink it.
Yeah.
exactly exactly.
This will heal you.
Great. Yeah. But he points you to one of the mad priests, Ubert of the Blue. And she is wow, yeah. Um so she is participating in the festival. The chief of the Blue clan is tied to this yellow rock with these silk like ribbons basically, and she is just laying into him about how vain he is and how he thinks he's so good. This is just part of the ritual, just kind of like the
Okay.
what's the festival, like king cakey kind of thing, right?
I was gonna say this sounds pretty kinky, but anyway.
Yeah. Um, but I think after as the evening rolls on, she turns from the chief, and he continues ranting at the other festival goers, screaming. She's like hollering about this metal darkness that eats the souls of the satraps, specifically spectrum satraps. Um, but although she seems not in, she seems touched by the divine. Let's say. Um, she seems to be well respected by both her clan and the other ones here, where they either at worst give her wide berth, at best are uh, keeping her company and listening to her rants and bringing her food and drink. And yeah, she uh, tell me what your approach is there with her.
So we got the rumor from Shiver Gromit that she might have
Yes,
indigo ivory for sale.
correct. Yeah,
So I'm gonna wait for like her passion and fervor to like maybe go down a notch or two.
yeah.
Um,
It will dip, but not go away. Yeah, she'll take it down to an 8.
you're here. I need you to be here. Um, yeah, and I think I will offer her I will offer her a drink and ask if she would like if she had a word had a few moments to speak.
Yeah, of course. And during the conversation, she uh, always steers it back to this the darkness. But it is a conversation that you can have for sure. Um, she has a few. Again, she is a priest of the Blue Tribe, and she has a few pieces of ivory, a couple, in fact. So she can give you a couple, or no, just one sacks worth of the indigo ivory. She also has
Other stuff
healing
to sell.
poultices. She has some good yogurt. She has some defensive slime molds that are of unique defensive quality. um,
Tell me more.
yeah, they it's nighttime. The campfires are flickering and there's revelry everywhere. And so the outlines of people are always indistinct. And she's dressed in her priest garb of the Blue Clan, and I think it takes a while before you notice that part of her like breastplate and whatever bone kind of midsection thing here, like some of it is undulating and moving. And when asked, she will say like, "Oh yes, these are my pets. They where a blade would pierce, would clearly pierce this wicker armor. Um, they will protect. And in fact, those who would strike me will soon be sorry for their weapons."
I can.
So if you would like to buy that indigo ivory, that's 250 for a sack.
Okay. And what is normal price for indigo ivory?
500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll buy a sack. I will absolutely buy a sack of indigo ivory for
Yeah.
200.
What a bargain.
What the bargain. Half price.
Let's see.
250.
Yeah, it was 250.
250.
Okay.
Are you interested in any of the other sundries that she has?
So she's got potions, you
Yeah,
said?
basically healing poultices, some yogurt, which is like supplies basically, and you could probably convince her to part with some of these defensive slimes.
I'm
Yeah,
very curious about the defensive slimes.
So am I.
I was going to
Let's
say
see if I
I
can
would
find.
happily buy some. I would buy some supplies off of her.
Yeah. So she'll sell supplies for the standard price. I think it's 10 per
Yep,
sack,
10
right?
per. Yep.
Let me see if I can find something interesting enough. Hmm. Yeah, I think she couldn't possibly part with her babies for less than 600.
Oh my.
But she
Oh,
will gladly keep you company throughout the evening, throughout the festival.
and her just her defensive slime. I don't have 600 some, but how do those work? Is that like basically one person's worth of defensive slimes?
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah, yeah. I imagine it would. She would like take the evening and have it sort of calve off and and asexually multiply, create a new one from the one that lives on her. It's kind of a pet and kind of armor.
I mean, if I had 600, I'd be tempted, but
Yeah, seems to have done her well so far. Do either of you join in the shaming of the
Uh,
chiefs?
what the hell? When in Rome or when in Grass Colossus?
Mhm.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll participate in the. I will participate in the festivities.
Yeah, as
Fantastic.
long as it's not deemed uncouth, since we're
Oh
not part of
no,
the cult or whatever, the tribe.
no.
No,
As
this is more like Burning Man than a.
Yeah,
This definitely feels more like Burning Man than a tent revival.
Mhm.
yeah. The chiefs are paraded before the clans and visitors alike, so everyone
Everyone
is
is encouraged to shout.
invited.
Everyone is encouraged to insult them.
Yep,
I,
yep.
I will definitely shame them all for not knowing the glory of beans.
Fantastic.
I'm planting the seeds of my future ventures here.
Planting the beans.
Yes, it's like, you don't even know the glory. You don't even have beans here. Sustenance and taste, so many varieties. You know nothing of the bean palate. How shameful.
Shameful indeed. Yeah, so each of you take 50 XP for being part of the festival.
Nice.
Okay, 50 XP. I will take 50 XP.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. Yeah, so do you want to hang out here for a week? What
I,
would you
I
like to
would be
do?
I would be okay hanging out here for a week and
I'm definitely
maybe
interested in, like you said, doing whatever we need to do to make a discovery.
Yeah, yeah. That would yeah, so basically you spend a week and make a roll.
I'm all about the discoveries.
you want to do that, Heath? I rolled the
Sure.
last one.
I can't remember, did you say when we first arrived, you said something, we got some rumors. And does that
Yeah,
somehow
that
relate to the
was
discoveries?
yeah, that was so that's one of the results you can get from the discovery roll.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
we got rumors that there's an abandoned caravan somewhere in Death Facing Passage.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go there.
Yeah, no. All right,
I'm
yeah.
sure there are
So
plenty of abandoned caravans on the
I
Death Facing
will
Passage.
roll for our continuation in discovering things.
An
11.
11. So that'll get you more rumors. You can spend a hero die to bump it up if you want.
I am going to spend a hero die to bump it
All
up
right. Cool.
because I'm a curious cat who likes to
Yeah.
discover things.
Cool. I'm gonna have to roll some dice then. Because they're
Oh, hey, add a whopping one to that.
that will do it though. A 12 will get
Yeah.
you. 12 will
Yay.
get you. Yeah, cool. Let me roll some dice here. These are gonna be D20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's a lot of D20s. That's a
That
lot of tables
is.
you're looking at.
It is. I can only roll 8. I'm gonna need to roll some more though. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, and that adds another week. So we'll be at yellow month 4.
Not yellow
While
month 4.
Yeah, +6. While he's doing discovery for that week, do you want to do anything else, Phaedred?
Let's see. So location. So location actions are things like. So I could go carousing.
Mm-hmm. You could do market
I could do
research.
more market
You could
research,
do more buying and selling.
more buying and selling.
You could also look for discoveries if you like to. You can
Let's
forge if
just
you want to. You can
Nah.
buy supplies for the next leg of the trip.
What I'm just look. What is my cash situation? I don't. I think I still owe a lot to what's his name.
You do.
I would love to do more carousing, but I am already.
yeah.
I'm still 1,600 in debt for the last
Yikes.
time I went carousing. So
Yeah, that's not good.
maybe I will go. Maybe I'll do some market research.
Yeah.
We need to make some money here.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a roll. Or no, I'm gonna make these rolls. You know what? Let's take a 5-minute break because I have a lot of tables to look at right now. So yeah, let's come back at 5 and we'll
All
get
right,
you all
back in
that
5.
stuff.
Dig it.
There we go.
So
Cool.
we found another auto fact,
Yeah, we
right?
found another auto fact. Totally. Even better. For the week in camp, let's make sure we're spending supplies. And we'll roll another misfortune for this week.
So yeah,
Whoever would
let's
like to
just.
do that.
We're just gonna buy. I mean, I'm not gonna mark them off. I'm
Yeah,
just
just
gonna
spend
mark
for
off.
it.
I'm just gonna spend for it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I think it's Phaedred's turn to roll for a misfortune.
Go for it.
Okay, rolling for misfortune. Oh, this is probably bad. I got a
Yikes.
3.
um,
How bad is it? And then let's
cool.
know if I want to spend a hero dice to bump that.
It's not terrible. You'd make a moderate endurance test or catch the dusting cough, and lose a day, which will put you over a week, but that was going to happen anyway. So,
Um, does my resilient help out here? Yes, it wish
um,
+3 versus disease, poisons, and radiation.
Nice.
yeah, this is disease, I think. Yeah, go ahead and add that.
Make an endurance test. So it's
Yeah,
it's going to
a
be
moderate, which is targets are that'll be a 13. Yeah, or an 11.
Okay.
An 11. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so that's endurance. Okay,
Yeah,
so my endurance is 0. So yeah, I'm going to roll and add 3. And I rolled a
fantastic.
19. Plus
Great.
3 is a 21.
Yeah, so we just got some
22.
dusty winds kicking up one day. A lot of people get down with the sickness, but you're all good. We are going to tack another day onto that, which takes us over another week.
Time is a construct.
It is, and we're an old second one now. Look at
Do we have to pay taxes in this game?
that.
It's tax
Not
season
here.
now.
Not here. I mean, food tax. I guess that's cool, and it's getting hotter. Let me do some bookkeeping here for that. Great. And roll for that. Let me roll for this. So many rolls. Do. Great, good time. Sweet. So we're gonna spend another week. And I have an encounter lined up for you, but let's spend another week of supplies and roll for another misfortune.
Dang. Nothing but misfortunes all of a sudden.
You know, shit happens.
I guess it's my roll. Bing
Go
bang
for it.
bong. 2.
Ooh, more coffee dusty.
I hate the coffee dusty.
You can make an endurance roll, or you can spend some hero dice to try and bump it up.
You said worst case scenario, I lose a day from coughing.
You're gonna lose a day either way.
Gonna lose a day either way.
But that's whether you get the dusty cough or not.
Oh shit. What is my target?
Um, let's see, it's an 11 with your endurance, so
And my
50-50
endurance is a
chance.
1. Yep, so bam. Let's go for 12. I did it.
Yeah,
13 total.
y'all are good with the dust
We're wearing
hygiene.
we're wearing masks.
Yeah.
I am
Uh,
now.
I'm imagining they're
cool.
like tying a bandana over your face,
Yeah,
like you're an old West outlaw.
Yep.
exactly. Now I know why they wore these things.
It's all dusty. That D8 for you there.
Probably doesn't help to have all these people here for the festival kicking up the dust.
I know, yeah. Yeah, it's just a couple of weeks of dreadful winds across the Vale coming in from the
And I think we can say that
south.
maybe maybe with these like really dreadful winds, we that maybe that's why we've decided to like hunker down here for a while and not try to
Yep,
brave them.
Yeah.
exactly. While you're hunkered down, let me get a name. Name. Percents. Is that percents? Yeah. Cool. While you're hunkered down in the camp, a someone comes swaggering around from. They must be a traveler. They look noble, and she is kind of parading around the campgrounds, basically with her retinue, um, kind of just like examining people. Clans are not ruled by nobles, so it's weird. Every once in a while, she'll like pick something up and take it and look at it and pocket it, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, fine, okay." Um, and um, I think she approaches. Yeah, she approaches Modan while you're uh, doing whatever you need to at camp there.
It makes sense. I am pleasant after all.
You are pleasant.
I knew it's a
And
trait.
she announces herself as Centena Playa. I'll put that in chat.
Centeno ud playa.
Centena Playa. She introduces herself as a noble. She is from the south of here, basically, and she um, she has laid her eye on your wanderer's rifle,
Hmm.
and asks you about it. Like, oh, you're a traveler, clearly. Where did this fine weapon come from? It doesn't seem to be local. You don't seem to be local.
No, no, this was gifted to me by my father on our bean farm.
Oh, a gift. Well,
Yes.
I accept.
Well, I mean, it was a gift unto me from my father.
Of course,
So,
and it would be only right for you to continue the tradition of gifting it to me, a more deserving person.
oh, yeah, I am new to these parts, so perhaps my homelands have different traditions. I'm not
Mm,
familiar with these. You see, in my where I'm from, when a parent gives you a gift, you cherish it for life, and you keep it with you as a prized possession. It's
of course. And I am happy to teach you the traditions of the Vale.
I just worry, your nobleness, that without my father's rifle, I would have no way to defend myself from the many dangers in the wilds which we encounter while traveling the trails and
When's the last time you fired that rifle?
actually less than a couple of weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Under what situation?
Well, we were being accosted by some very large spider-like creatures
Hmm.
out off the Vomish Trail.
And you fired the rifle?
It did, out of self-defense. We were in fear for our lives as they were charging at us.
And what happened when you fired the rifle?
Well, it did indeed damage one of the spiders. Um, at that point, we luckily deemed that the spiders were not after us
Hmm.
and were not a danger to us. So I elected peace from there and to no longer attack them since they were not a danger to my own person.
So you not only attacked a friendly, but you neglected to destroy it with your shot. Ineffective. Is that what I'm to understand?
That is one perspective that I do
Hmm.
not necessarily share, I'm afraid.
Well, uh, you may have the honor of gifting it to me regardless. I can put it to much better use, I assure you. I have a hunting party coming up in a month or so, and I think this would be a delightful addition.
And is this a choice that I get to willfully make, or is this going to cause the greatest of offense if I do not gift this rifle?
Oh, not offense. It would cause you great dishonor, however.
What
But
do,
it is a choice as long as you choose to give it to me.
may I, I hope I'm not out of order in asking. I'm curious just to your lineage and where you come from. I'd like to know more about you. But if I'm to gift, I just want to know. I want to know you better.
Of course, my family is the Playa family of the Southern Vale. Um, we uh, my family has traveled these parts, but settled down south of the Desolation. We sit along the trade route between the dreadful death-facing passage and the south-facing passage. We make a tidy business of aiding travelers on their long and arduous journey through the desolation. A noble pursuit.
See, and by gifting this to you, that bestows upon me great honor.
It does. In fact, I will dedicate my first kill on the hunt to you. What was your name?
I am Modan Fig.
Modan Fig. Mm.
Yes,
Uh, Eastern Rainbow Lander.
indeed, yes.
You're far from home.
Well, I am a traveler. That is, I find that's how you enrich the soul. The more you travel, the more you experience, the more you see. That is really one of life's greatest pleasures.
I've met many travelers in my years, most only once.
Out of character, how much does a rifle cost? I don't know,
Um,
like if you were to buy
that's a
one.
that's a great question. Trade and goods. Do. The stuff. There's a big section called the stuff.
I want to know
um,
what
General
scale I'm looking at
goods.
here.
It's not like super expensive. A couple hundred. This one, I mean, probably around. Uh, you could probably sell it for 300 or 400. It might be, if it's sentimental, you might ask for more, but it depends who you're selling it to.
Modan just has he's got a feeling. This could, perhaps it's a foolish feeling. It may not pay off. But he feels in this moment, it's a tough choice. Perhaps he's being tested. Maybe it's a time to look at bigger concepts than possessions and greed. So we'll see how this plays out. But he takes his rifle, he kneels down and presents it to her and says, Centano will play it. Modan Fig, the greatest vendor of beans this land has ever known, would be honored if you would use his rifle in your noble causes.
I accept your humble gift. And she takes a rifle and hands it to one of her attendants. And without a second glance, just sachets off to the next group of people. Yeah, take your rifle out of your inventory.
Alrighty then.
Freed up a slot.
Yeah, freed up a slot.
Oh, alrighty then.
I can only hope
cool,
that the universe, that this was an investment with the universe.
I'll make a note of her. FP, SFP.
I still got my dagger and my marching staff.
I got my magic.
Yeah, that's true.
The magic's pretty good.
My rifle really wasn't that great anyway.
Yeah, you do what you can. Cool. So let's do the market research first. You've talked to some of the some of the Yellow Tribe from they are from the kind of the Pine Hills area, kind of by the south of or west of here. And they have talked to some other traders who say that in a few of the nearby destinations, there's somewhat of a bubble for rainbow silks from the Spectrum Palace. They're quite expensive, especially in near the Serpent Stone. Oddly enough, down at the moon-facing Ford, they are less expensive. They're less in fashion. So it sounds like there's some passing fancy, maybe some local person of import has made a big request for them around the Serpent Stone. So if you can get some from south somewhere, you can probably make a good deal at the Serpent Stone, or less so at the Long Ridge. But they are cheaper down at the moon facing Ford. They usually go for about 500, and they you can source them at the Spectrum Palace west of here.
Okay, I'm actually making it. I was running out of place for market research, so I just threw an extra market research tab on the
fantastic. Yep.
Tab on the sheet here. So, so what was this? So this item was Spectrum silks.
Rainbow silks, yes. Woven by the Spectrum satraps at the palace.
And they're expensive where?
Yeah, standard price is 500. At the Long Ridge, they are 1,000. There is a bubble currently at the Serpent Stone. They'll go for 1,500. And at the moon-facing Ford, they will be 250.
So they're expensive at Long Ridge, and they're extra expensive where?
Serpent Stone. And those are all to the west by the Moon River.
And they were cheap at
the moon-facing Ford across the Moon River.
Okay.
A mere 4 weeks from here.
Okay.
So that's our market research. Who did the roll?
So we got market research. So rainbow silks. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And Spectrum Palace, that's where they're sourced. So they're incredibly cheap. Incredibly cheap down there. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So did some more research between games, and so each of these trade goods is sourced from somewhere.
Okay.
So the soul stones are sourced from the refracting trees, which I'm not. I think that's way south.
That's really far. Yeah.
Yeah. Vampire wines are from the Redland by the Violet City. The radiothermal fuel is sourced at the Black City, all the way west.
Right.
And indigo ivory is sourced at the Darklight Passage,
Got
also
it.
pretty far west. Rainbow silks. And it was Modan that did the discovery, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. So, partying with I think still partying with what's her name? With Herbert of the Blue, the Mad Priest. Mad Priest Herbert of the Blue. Um she does not let up. The like there's again divinely touched for sure. Um the but well liked and well respected by both her tribe and others. Um, and she's not a whole lot of help. The folks around her, though, the different tribes are from all over the area, and so you can kind of piece together this story from a few different folks. Um, it's about 5 days southwest of here, traveling off road. So that would put it um, in the eroded desolation somewhere. This is so this it was discovered by a refugee from the Blue Lands, actually, who was trying to travel west to get away from the shitty Rainbow Landers, basically. But they were terribly wounded. Their legs were crushed, in fact, and they basically dragged themselves back to a trail where they were picked up by a smaller caravan and brought here to convalesce. So um, they were hanging out with Herbert, um, getting healed, basically. And the story they told was that there's this like sculpted like mountain, this malachite mountain that has oddly enough this sort of circle of living metal atop it. That's kind of it's not a pool. They you probably traded stories. They allay your fears by saying it's not like the one you saw before. It's this sort of kind of like floating, rotating, like luminescent ribbon of living metal. Um, there's a it seems to be emanating somehow from this carved mountain, and there is it seems to be a site of worship for one of the shunned tribes that is not here. It seems to be a cyclical thing. It kind of appears and reappears, and they spend several days every couple of weeks basically praying at it and doing various rituals and stuff. They No one outside of there seems to know about it. When you ask around, no one really knows what they're talking about. It's almost like this place has been like intentionally forgotten somehow. Um, but yeah, it's weird. It's weird and potentially dangerous. And they they were crushed. They while they were spying on the ritual, they were caught and thrown off the mountain, and their legs were crushed on the way down. Yeah, so um, that's your discovery. It's about 5 days southwest. If that is something that you're interested in investigating. I think that takes care of our week. Yeah. If anyone needs to rest, you can rest. I don't think anyone needs to rest. Yeah, so we are back at the top of the order. It is Old Second now. Old Second is the 8th month of the year. August, basically. The those dust storms kicking up are because it's getting hotter. The traveling still easy. It's just a little bit less comfortable, but it's not. It's still easy going. What are y'all interested in doing?
Hmm. Give me just a moment. I'm still trying to get this market research consolidated.
Yeah, yeah.
What was I looking up? I got to say that discovery sounded interesting.
It does.
You know, I'm always about the interesting discoveries, but I'm up for anything. Sort of new to this whole trading caravan thing. So I don't know. Do you generally just like pick things up, buy and sell just as we come across them, or do we more like sometimes make dedicated like, oh, let's go here, get some of this, go there and sell it to,
We've definitely done some of that in that like our first like attempt to make a lot of money. We started in Violet City where vampire wine was cheap, and we heard that they wanted it at the Trail of Omish Dreams, so we like bought a good amount of it and then we sold it there for a tidy little profit. It's just that the last couple of weeks have not been terribly profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And how much working money do we have right now to like buy and sell with?
We're
Just
down to 950 cash.
okay.
For the caravan, yeah.
Because we've been spending supplies and we've been
Mhm.
buying other stuff, and we bought a small amount of trade goods, but I mean we made some profit, but we ended up like having to pay some of it. We had to use some of that money to
Yeah.
pay off some debts.
Mm-hmm,
Well, it
mm-hmm.
sounds like maybe, because I know we've been chasing a lot of our curiosities. Maybe it's to balance it out, we do a little work
I mean,
to
I've
make
been
some.
hoping that. I mean, I had been hoping that some of that chasing some of these curiosities would have been profitable endeavors in and of themselves. Some have been, like our conversation with the octopus
Very,
Mhm.
priestess.
very
That was
profitable.
that was very profitable. Um,
I'm just wondering,
some not so much.
like how because we have this tip about how we could sell rainbow silks really well at Serpent Stone. Like, what kind of journey are we talking about there? If we were, say, like the moon faced forward to get them to the Serpent Stone to sell them, what are we talking about? Is that a ridiculous trip?
Where is Serpent Stone? No, that is not moon facing forward to Serpent Stone. That's only a 2 week journey.
Mm-hmm.
I
So it's,
mean,
it's basically a week down to the Long Ridge, another week to the Serpent Stone, and 2 weeks down to the moon facing forward.
well, that sounds worth our time.
It kind of does.
I mean, we only have enough to probably get, looks like a Serpent Stone or a sack or however they're measured, if they're 500. But then, still make a lot of profit on it.
Mm-hmm. And you could,
Well,
I mean, if you want to play the trading game, you can definitely like make a trip back and forth. Um, if when that becomes boring, which it probably will quickly, there are rules for setting up a milk run, so you can basically like invest some money and
oh, right, right,
then
right.
it'll automatically, but
It'll basically be, yeah,
yeah,
it'll generate money without us having to do anything.
yeah, there is some risk involved, but
Sure,
yeah,
sure. I mean, it sounds
worth
worth it,
any venture.
fund our ventures. And I mean, I got to start building up money if I want to make this whole bean empire.
That's true.
And now I
And
need
you
a new rifle.
get
Yeah.
and you got some beans showing up at
I
the
do.
Citadel soon too.
Heck yeah.
So about 3 weeks.
Seems like I'm stumbling into something pretty good with this rainbow silks thing.
Long Ridge. Preload some of this Long Ridge into my brain.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was just making a bunch of notes on
You're good.
other things here. So yeah, I've created a market research tab on like trade goods, where they're expensive, where they're cheap,
Yep.
and where their source is. And
Nice.
things are always cheap at the source, and also what their base price is. I cheated a little bit because I looked it up in the
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
looked it up in the book, but
It's
I
not
figure like
secret knowledge.
where this I'm guessing like where this stuff is made is kind of common knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just the fluctuating prices of the things that are,
Right.
yeah, and those aren't written down
So just
anywhere.
out of curiosity, like, so if some so for example, like the rainbow silks again, we know they're cheap at moon facing forward. They're sourced at Spectrum Palace. Does that mean they're going to be the same price at moon facing or Spectrum Palace? Cheap is cheap, or is there varying degrees of cheap?
So they'll be half price at Moon Facing Forward and very cheap at the Spectrum Palace,
Okay.
which
So
is
then,
another month and change, month and a half.
I was going to
So
say
west.
where is Spectrum Palace?
yeah, just
You
evaluating
go
our
south to the
various
near moon
routes.
and Spectrum Run, then Spectrum
Oh
Palace.
yeah.
Another 4 or 5
Oh
weeks. Five
yeah.
weeks.
So then it becomes a question of like, is that additional discount worth the additional travel time?
Excellent question.
Or are we better off doing some runs between moon facing forward and Serpent
2,
Stone?
4. Yeah, moon facing forward to Spectrum Run. That is a 4 week journey. Oh, that is a 3 week journey if we go via near moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably, I suck at the math. That's probably much more efficient than getting the extra discount by going to Spectrum Palace, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Serpent Stone moon facing forward. That's only a 2 week journey.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's helpful. That is helpful.
Seems like a good little money farm for a bit.
Yeah. So if we go to Long Ridge, then Serpent Stone. Yeah, I think I think our let's from here. I suggest let's go to moon facing forward. Like hopefully we'll have made a little bit of profit between here and there, so we'll be able to
Hmm.
like buy more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then maybe do a couple of runs between there to try to like build up our cash reserves, maybe pay off some of our debts,
Dig
and
it.
then from there, once we've done that a little bit, maybe if we could try to possibly invest some money and like once we've done that, invest some money to set up a milk run that would generate some money for us,
Yeah.
and then continue our journey west because
Yeah.
ultimately we are trying to get to the Black City.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like it.
Okay, I think we have a game plan.
All right.
So
Sounds
do
like
we want to first follow up on that discovery, or do we want to just go straight into business?
Yeah,
I the
like we
pl-
should take care of business first.
yeah, I the player am interested in the discovery, but
True.
I think Phaedred the character might be more interested in trying to make some money. So
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm trying to balance that.
Well, yeah, and the only reason I'm thinking money first is because, correct me if I'm wrong, the discovery is not really time sensitive, right? It's not like it's going to go
No,
away
it's
or
gonna be there. Discoveries do give you XP just for going and
yeah,
checking it out.
good point too.
That is true. That is true. We do get you do it. You do
And
get
there's
you do.
often treasure there if
That's
and
the other
danger.
thing is
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of treasure the last couple of discoveries we went to, but there was quite a lot of treasure there was quite a lot of treasure in the first couple of ones we found.
Yep.
But it's also potentially dangerous, right? Like somebody
Potentially dangerous.
they got
Yes.
thrown off cliffs and
Yeah.
legs
And
crushed.
that octopus could have just wrecked you.
Oh yeah, the octopus, we rolled well on our reaction roll, so she
Yeah.
wanted to talk to us rather than like steal our souls and
Yeah, steal your meat, I think is what she would have done.
yeah, I think yeah.
Okay, well, let me
yeah,
ask you
souls are easy.
this. What's closer, the Discovery or the moon facing forward?
The Discovery is 5 days out. The moon facing
Oh.
forward is a month out.
Well, then, see, that's points for the Discovery.
Yeah, let's check out the Discovery.
Okay. What's Modan's plan for the beans that are coming to the Citadel? You got some sacks of beans coming to the Porcelain Citadel at the end of this
Yeah.
month.
At the end of this month.
Yeah.
I mean, we are only assuming we don't dilly-dally, we are only 2 weeks from the Porcelain Citadel. I mean, we took a long time we took a month to get here because we hit some misfortune and we hit a couple of misfortunes and we also forgot that we had like, we forgot that we had some like time we had like 2 weeks we needed to catch up, and then we did a bunch of discoveries on the trail. But if we just go straight there, we could get to Porcelain Citadel before we could get back to Porcelain Citadel before that arrives.
Is it possible as well? Just thinking of options here, because I know that I took out a loan to make that happen because the previous people that I'd sold the beans to were very excited to get more beans in. So, like, is it possible that they would just want to buy this whole shipment of beans coming in?
Possibly.
Like and also, is there long distance communications in this game, or do we have to like
You would have
we
to
have to travel back to the
you'd have
city?
to send messengers or couriers. Yeah.
Because I'm just wondering, like, do I need to go if that's going to happen? If they're going to buy them, like, is there a reason that we have to go all the way back, or just to be like, hey, beans are here, give me money for them, or can you just arrange that?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
you can try and arrange a courier or something, but that's
the other reason we
costs
might
and risk as well. Yeah.
Sure.
The other reason we might want to go back to Porcelain Citadel is to warn them about the Vom pool.
Oh, for sure. As a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
I thought as soon as we found out, I thought we were talking about like sending messengers or however that works to get them that.
We talked about it. We never actually did it.
It's true. I meant I just didn't know the mechanics there, but I definitely wanted to get them warned as early as possible.
So maybe let's go back. Maybe let's go back to Porcelain Citadel. Take care of your bean thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like let them know about the danger that we discovered. And also, I want to follow up on the guy that we gave the stuff to, just to make sure that he's not infected.
All right,
because
cool.
because we gave him
yeah.
we gave him some of this, but now we know potentially very dangerous Vom pool.
Oh yeah, the jar of stuff.
The jar of the silver pool.
Yeah.
Which sure looked like Quicksilver, but wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good choices. I'm down with that too.
So what do we do? So here's my proposal. Let's like maybe buy what trade goods we can here that we think we could sell at a profit. Head back to Porcelain Citadel, take care of the business there, and then from there, let's head down to. From there, let's head on down to where we were saying.
Logistics question: as far as these market research things we're discovering, are those permanent or is that shift? Are
they are
change?
mainly permanent. The one at the Serpent Stone is a bubble, which may possibly collapse.
Right. Okay. So that one is somewhat time sensitive, but not
And that
necessarily like
was
urgent.
that
That's
was
a
at
serpent
Serpent
stone.
Stone.
Yeah.
Where is Serpent Stone?
Basically, it's a 1 in 6 chance per visit that you roll again on the table, which is inevitably going to be lower.
Got it. Oh, there's Serpent Stone.
Cool. Well, you did say so. The bean thing's happening at the end of the month.
Yeah, at the end
We
of
do
this
need to
month.
get we do need to get in the morning. I'm just trying to get a timing of everything. So, like, if we head right back to Porcelain City now, we're back there in how long? How long does it take to get there?
That should be 2 weeks,
Right.
assuming we don't hit too bad a misfortune,
Hmm.
which would be time to get which means we would get there in time for your bean delivery.
Yeah, yeah, and it is through the Vohm
It
steps
is
as
through
well.
the
So
it is
it's,
through the Trail of Omish Dreams.
I mean, you could always take the death-facing passage over to the Lasserai and cut over from there, right?
Let's not do that. But I was thinking, like, but I was also thinking that when it's time to leave Porcelain Citadel, maybe take a different route. Maybe take a
Oh
different
yeah,
route.
yeah, hit this right from
Maybe
there.
from there go to Last Sarai, and
I'm just
from
wondering if
there
we
go to
get back,
Waystone.
if we go back to Porcelain Citadel now, then we're kind of there like 2 weeks before my beans, right? So then we'd have to blow a couple of weeks hanging out there.
Yeah,
That's true. I mean, we could, maybe we could maybe we could hit the follow up on the Discovery first.
So I was thinking maybe that's the better plan, Discovery,
Let's do the Discovery first, and
and then we'll
then
get
do
back to the
the.
Citadel. Like, I mean, given again, we're delaying giving them the warning if we do that.
you
That
know.
is also true.
So pros and cons to either or.
You know, yeah, yeah.
I got, I mean, the other option is I'm just throwing options on the table here. Like, if we wanted to get back there as quick as possible, like I said, we'd have to blow 2 weeks before the beans get there, but we could also blow those 2 weeks researching or doing discoveries or whatever, right?
True.
Exactly.
So
Then
it's
we
not
can
like
do
it's hard
stuff.
to blow time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
plenty of stuff we can do in Porcelain
Yeah.
Citadel.
So that's
Um,
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Another consideration is that so this is old second, easy travel but hot. Next month is Unity, which is easy travel. After that is Violet month, and travel is hard and
Hard.
wet. And it continues to be hard for a few months after that.
Fun.
Yeah,
Well,
but you're in the summertime now, baby.
we're gonna have to deal with that sooner or later anyway.
Yeah, well, what? I think I think maybe let's go straight back to Porcelain Citadel.
Cool.
I think that's my vote.
Dig it.
Modan, are you on board with this, or do you
I'm
have another
totally
idea?
on board. I'm very worried about the potential
Fantastic.
of them not knowing that their defenses can be easily breached by
Yes,
anybody who has been to that pool.
and we're particularly and that they should be on the lookout for, and that they should particularly be on the lookout for Farfallon,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because
Sure.
she's a wily one. She's a wily one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, she's trying to infect me.
She was just being friendly. Great. Let's go ahead and travel back to the Trail of Vomish Dreams.
All right.
Cool. So week of traveling. Say goodbye
Oh,
to
did we
the
want to?
circus.
But before we do that,
Oh
did we
yeah,
want
you
to? Was there any?
get some trade goods.
Was there any more trade goods that we might want to try to buy cheap that we could sell more expensive? I don't. We don't have Porcelain Citadel. Doesn't seem to be particularly. I don't have them listed on any of our. I don't have them listed on any of our market research. So
Hmm.
I mean, I don't want to buy something at 500 and then sell it for 500.
Right. You could do some haggling to see if you can get a better price for some basic goods.
Yeah. Also, let me check what's our supplies at. Okay, we got 12 sacks of supplies, so that's enough for 3 weeks, so we should be fine.
Yeah.
Um yeah, let's buy, yeah. So what else, what does the Grass Colossus, what other trade goods does do they have for sale at this little Burning Man celebration here at the Grass Colossus?
Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna
We could try.
have.
We could try to. So I could try to haggle. Try to haggle a lower price here.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We got
Because and again, we've only got like and again, we've
that's
only got
fun.
like we've only got like 900. We've only got like 900 cash to buy with right now, unless we
Yeah,
want to go into debt.
yeah. So general goods, you can pretty much take your pick of these range from 5 to 100-ish for various things. There's watches and snake oil and folding beds and lamps and rope and suntan lotion. There's a bunch of stuff. Do you want to make your haggling roll first and then see if there's anything worth
Sure,
doing that? Great.
sure. Let's so
So and this haggling is going to be like this is going to be like a week of like wheeling and dealing. So are you good spending another week here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with whatever.
yeah,
Uh,
let's do that.
the other option would be to just buy stuff here
Buy
and then
stuff and then try
haggle.
to haggle on the other end.
Yeah,
Why don't
haggle
we
on the
do
other
that?
end.
Let's buy stuff and haggle on the other end,
Cool.
because I think time is kind of the essence.
Yeah. Tell me how much you want to spend and how much space you want to use, and I'll try and find something suitable.
Let me see where we are. We actually have a fair amount of space on the caravan. We've got one cart that's completely empty. Um, and we've got room for one, two, three. Yeah, we've got room for 9 sacks at the moment.
Cool.
And we've got I don't want to blow all of our money. We've got 900 cash that we could spend.
Cool. So some options are a fancy tent, um, some fancy lamps, um, some fancy sunglasses. Any of those sound interesting?
Let's go with sunglasses.
Cool. We're gonna. These are 100 cash each. They are Ray Bane navigators, and they actually only take up one soap each, so
Oh, okay.
you can stash those in your pocket pretty much.
Got it. So we're not taking a sack of them. And you said they're like 100 each,
Yeah, so you could fit all of those in like one slot, basically.
one sack. Yeah, okay, got it.
Well, one like inventory slot.
One
They're
inventory slot. Got
yeah,
it.
yeah, because an inventory slot is a stone, and these are one soap each, which are smaller.
Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, load up on sunglasses and hope no one steps on them.
Yeah, yeah. Let's buy. Yeah. Yeah. They're 100 each.
Yeah. Ray
So
Bane.
yeah, I'll buy nine. So I'll buy 9 of them.
Say, let's see, Ray Bane. Traditional UV blocking sunglasses, also a status symbol among experienced travelers and merchants.
Nice.
Okay. Well, let's get on the road then. There's our caravan. Cool. So we're gonna spend a week traveling up to the land of the Trail of Vomish Dreams. So first off, let's spend our supplies. Gives me four folks worth of supplies.
4 supplies. Can do.
And let's roll a misfortune.
Which I think it's your turn. Yes.
I think it is.
I was the last person to almost get the cough.
Sorry, I'm just being the accountant here.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Take your time.
All right. Rolling on misfortune. Let's see what we got. I got a 5.
Yikes. Yeah, the summer heat is starting to take its toll. Um, you will lose 4 endurance.
Ooh. Can I spend a
Yeah,
hero dice to? Can I spend a? I would like to spend a hero die
you sure
to
can.
add to that. Hopefully, I'm going to roll better. I rolled a 3, so that brings it up
Great.
to an 8.
Um, yeah, that's better. Um, one night on the road, you wake up from a nightmare, and you find that the dream that you were having of this like spectral traveler who'd been following you was not a dream at all. In fact, um, you've been visited by a radiation ghost. It was um, basically cuddling up to you at night to take your life essence to warm its radioactive soul, and you will take the trait, or you'll take the burden weakened.
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 You weekend.
Okay. What does
Um,
weakened do?
it just takes up a burden slot,
Oh, okay.
and every burden that you have does you a -1. Um, if you also carry more traits or items, those also go in burdens. So
Got
you
it.
you you could carry more stuff, but it's just gonna weigh you down.
Got it. Okay.
Cool. Um, um, on the road, a few nights after, while you are breaking camp, another caravan uh, approaches from the grass colossus.
Okay.
Um, Modan, guess who it is?
Oh, is it what's her face who I give my rifle to?
It is what's her face. It is in fact Centena Oddplaya, the hero of the wastelands. And she is traveling with a half dozen retainers and some porters. Not a trader, just like traveling fancy. And she pulls up. She has a fancy it's like a camel with an otter head, kind of. And she pulls up as you're kind of breaking camp, and calls to a halt and says, "Hail, Modan! Hail, honorable one!
The noble
You're
Centennial player.
you're leaving the festival so soon?
Indeed, we have much business, many journeys to take care of.
I see, I see. And I don't think I made the pleasure of your friend here.
May I introduce Phaedred Otani, my
Hello.
traveling companion.
I extend my hand.
Phaedred. Hmm. Let me roll a d6 for you here.
Uh,
Phaedred, your friend here had a wonderful heirloom that he gifted to me. I hear tell from the. I meant to try and find you, Phaedred Otani. That's right,
That is correct.
from the Rainbow Lands.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. The Decapolis originally.
Someone at the festival was telling me that you had the strangest thing that you had spoken of to them one drunken night. Do you have, by any chance, a black metal bone of some kind?
Were I to, what is your interest?
Oh, I just think that would be a fantastic gift. Do you know what kind of creature something like that would come from?
That has been a that has been a subject of speculation that I've been trying to find for quite some time.
And what have you speculated?
It could have been it could have been a creature from it could have been an artificial constructed creature from long, long ago.
Hmm.
It could have been a great beast that was magically altered such that its skeleton was turned to metal.
Oh,
It could be a creature that we've not seen in these parts. I'm not entirely sure.
well, we definitely haven't
I'm
seen them in these parts.
no, we have not. I, Madam, I'll be honest. This item has a certain amount of sentimental value to me, and I'm not
The perfect
particularly
gift, then.
yes. Well, I am not particularly inclined to part with it at this time.
She scowls and she looks over at Modan. Modan, I thought your caravan was civilized.
I'm going and at that, I'm going to glance over to see some of the stuff that they've got in their caravan.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's loaded.
Is there a particular interesting and valuable looking trinket or bauble that they might have?
Of course there is. And I'm in fact at that table right now.
Oh, 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 oh. Does she have like a does she have like a sidearm or a pistol or something like that?
You're talking
Oh
about
no,
Not
rifle.
not not the
It
right
sounds
not the
like
rifle,
this.
but I was
nothing
thinking
so
something like
crude.
like a porcelain pistol or like a laser gun or something
That's
like
what her
that.
retainers are for.
Retainers are for. Got it.
You do see that her personal conveyance is covered with this like netting that is like has drip tubes on it. And I think you recognize it as a cloud sucker neck, and it basically just sucks water out of the air, giving you like water as you travel for free.
Oh, okay. So it basically generates like a sack of supplies or something like that,
I
or
don't know if
just
it's a whole
generates
sack of
water.
supplies, but just water. Yeah. You can also use it to make jerky by wrapping something in it.
Um, Seemingly changing the subject, I make a comment about this. I'm sorry, what was that thing called again?
It's called a sky tree cloud suckered net.
Yeah, I'm glancing at that. I was like, is that a Skytree cloudsucker net?
It is fabulous, isn't it? It
I
not only
haven't.
provides shade, but it keeps it quite cool on the long travels.
I believe it. I believe it. That would be quite a that would be quite the boon to travelers, especially as we're getting on in the summer.
It absolutely is.
Tell you what, I would be absolutely willing to trade this, and I'd be absolutely willing to trade this black metal vertebrae for uh, for your moisture collection net.
Do I look like a trader?
Do I look like someone who gives things away for free?
Do you want me to answer honestly?
Please, please, I'm an advertising engineer. We do very little for free.
Well, I don't know if your friend here told you who I am, but very important in these parts. Some may even call me a hero of the people. So,
Um, is is it heroic to demand to is it heroic to simply demand gifts from people when you encounter them?
how many heroes have you met?
I've met many a hero.
Hmm. None as
The
heroic
heroes,
as
the
I,
hero,
however.
the heroes that I have met tend to offer gifts to those who have less means than they do.
Hmm. Well, they're not going to be heroes for long like that, are they?
Mm, I suppose you and I have different definitions of heroism.
I suppose we do. However, you are in my lands. It would be rude to deny our traditions.
Your lands are the trail. Your land. You claim ownership of the Trail of Omish Dreams.
My family travels this land here and there.
Well, we are traveling these lands here and there as well. Does that give me the right to demand gifts of you?
You're a Rainbow Lander.
Yes, I am
You're
indeed.
far from home on a long, dangerous journey. I wonder if anyone would miss you if you never returned.
Perhaps. Perhaps they would.
That's not
Perhaps.
very heroic talk.
Yes, that sounds like a threat, not a.
Hmm.
That sounds like a threat, not which is not particularly heroic.
One does not become a hero without taking care of villains occasionally.
Greatest heroes I've ever
How am
heard
I?
tale of.
How am I a villain since you were the one who approached us and demanded that I give you things?
Somewhat like
You
a brigand.
refused. That's how.
Hmm.
Villains are without honor, and those who refuse to treat royalty as they deserve are dishonorable. Do you wish to prove your own particular brand of heroism?
Is that a challenge? Are you challenging me?
Merely a question.
What are you? No, madam. All we wish to do is continue on our journey. You were the ones who interrupted us and demanded that we hand things over to you.
Well,
Which
then the
I
price
now
of passage.
When we refused, you are apparently threatening violence to us.
Mhm.
That makes you the villain in my book.
Well,
Yes,
we each have our
heroes
own
do not
books.
rob caravans like common brigands.
Oh, Modan, you would be surprised.
And I already am. I would have thought better from royalty.
Hmm.
I would have thought royalty would be so rich. In fact, they'd be giving gifts to others, not demanding more from those who have less. That
You know
sounds
how
like the
one
least
becomes
honorable thing
rich? One does not become rich by
here.
giving things away. One becomes rich by taking what they deserve.
Hmm.
Oh, in
I
that
thought one
case,
becomes
you.
I thought one became rich by buying low and selling high, which is what
Mhm.
we are trying to do, and that is which is the you know which is the way one becomes rich
That is how one becomes wealthy.
from the more civilized lands such as the Rainbow Lands.
That's how one becomes wealthy, not rich. There's a difference.
I learned a valuable lesson, Phaedred, uh, throughout all this, which was uh, do not give gifts to the undeserving. I
Hmm.
regret my gift severely now. I thought I was giving to someone noble and honorable, and I see now that I was mistaken. Lesson
Hmm.
learned.
Lesson learned indeed. So what are we to do?
Well,
And you see her guards have sort of arrayed themselves on either side of the trail.
how many guards does she have?
Half a dozen. She looks like she could take care of herself pretty well, though.
Fair enough. I think that we're about to. I think that I'm getting the feeling that she is about to attack us. So before that happens,
Where are we exactly, by the way? Are we still like kind of in the city?
You're
Or are
on
we
the trail
on the trail?
between Grass Colossus and the Bone Streams.
That's what's literally like. There's no one else around. It's just us in
Yeah,
a
yeah, it's just
deserted
you,
area.
and they just like rolled up on you as you're breaking camp.
I say, Madam, and he looks around to the guards, and takes, with his hands up, takes a couple of steps closer to her and says, "Madam, I have a proposal for you."
I'm sorry, I am not looking to marry.
No, not that sort of. I'm sorry, neither am I, and it's not that sort of proposal. Um, I have a business proposal for you, but I'd rather not. It's between you and I lower my voice, and you know, I ask if she could come a little closer, so this could be just between the two of us.
I have no secrets from my servants.
You might this. Oh, but come now, and if I may be so bold, I would like to kind of like lean in and lean. If she lets me get close, I would like to lean in and whisper in her ear.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a charisma check to get closer to her without her freaking out.
Got it.
I think it's just going to be
I want to throw
Orange Dream. Yeah, I've been waiting for that. Yeah, I think it's going to be you're looking for a 13.
Well, let's give this a try. My charisma is +1. I rolled a 6 on the die.
You
7.
No way I can bring that to a 13.
Say what?
Anything? I think advertising engineer probably would work with +3.
Would work. I was going to say would work. I was going to say would. Yeah. Am I using advertising engineer or
I think
am I using or am I using? Well, the other thing is I was like, am I using wizard? But maybe
I think this is advertising. So that brings you up to a
okay.
10, which you could hit with a hero die if you want to try that.
Which means I have like a 50-50 chance if I spend a hero die.
Also, questions like, can I spend my hero die, or do you have to
You
spend
sure can.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you can spend it on any roll.
I'm gonna spend my hero die and
in fact,
roll a
you
D6.
can spend it on one of my rolls if you want.
I'm gonna spend a hero die and roll it, and I got a 3.
Ooh, that is a 13.
Which brings me up to a 13.
Yeah. She is reluctant, but then she shakes her head and leans in.
And I lean in and I whisper into her ear, using my skills at advertising mixed with magic. I give her an advertising campaign, and I am going to overcharge my spell because she is definitely hostile. She's definitely hostile. So I'm going to overcharge. This is power 1, and it takes twice as much. So that's going to spend. So I'm going to spend 2 life. I'm going to spend 2 life on that. And I am going to use orange. I'm casting Orange Dream, and so my words. So the words that are whispered from my mouth kind of like echo, echo in her brain, and she perhaps has a vacant look on her mind. While so I think the viewers at home would be seeing Phaedred whispering into her ear, but it's like this like weird. It's like the weird echoey. You can't quite the viewers at home can't hear what it is, but it's. Like all the other sounds drop out, and basically he's telling her that we have nothing she actually wants, and she should just and that she should just let us go, and she should retreat back to her ancestral lands.
Yep. And she looks up and shakes her head a little bit. Come, they're beneath us. And without a word, turns around and heads back to the way she came. Heads back
can I have my rifle back?
Without a word.
I didn't want to push it.
I cursed that rifle. Don't use it.
I
I hate
say,
those.
come on, Modan. Well, when we get to the Citadel, when we get to the Citadel and uh, when we get back to the Citadel and make back our money, we'll get you a new one.
So much for currying favors with royalty.
So much. That's amazing. I rolled that encounter twice. The hero of the people. Great. So that was our encounter. What's next? We had a little incident, I think, so there's not going to be any arrests. We don't have any extra days to tally. So we can do some camp actions. If you want to forage, you can. Um, yeah.
I don't think we
Uh,
need to forage. I mean, I spent some life on that spell, but does that
yeah.
basically just come back from resting, or
I think because of your incident there, there's not rest for you.
there's not rest for me? Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll
I
be that
think
will be
casting a
next time.
spell is takes that.
Got it.
Cool. But that means that you make it back to the trail of the Vomish dreams without incident.
Nice. Without further incident.
Without further incident.
I shall
Great.
forever curse the name Centenode player.
Yeah, maybe you can track down her home sometime. Cool. So you're at a destination. So let's add a destination. We can do first destination or camp actions. You can look for more discoveries there for free if you like. You can do market research. You can try and find something to buy, sell. There's not a settlement here, so it would
Got it.
be a traveling party. But
Got it. I don't know. Yeah, if there's
uh,
I
like
mean,
if there's no settlement here, I'm not sure how one could even do market research. So
I mean,
maybe
basically
let's
like hanging out and talking to travelers that come by.
got it. Got it. I think I might yeah, I think I think I'll attempt to find a discovery.
Cool, cool. You get to do that for free, so that's just a d20.
I got a 15.
Ooh, you got a 15. You find a discovery.
Yay.
Let's see. What do we have
Say,
there?
we already found the autofac.
Did. Let me get you something good here. Two. Ooh. Um yeah, there's a you meet another traveler on the road in passing. Um just like one person and his mule with an empty cart. Um and they say that just off the road, just 2 days, um, 2 days in a random direction. Um, 2 days to the 2 days to the south. Um, there's a like a crater with a weird pearl in it. It made me feel funny. I didn't trust it. I just left it. It wouldn't fit on this card anyway. So it's up to you. But
How big is the pearl?
um, it wouldn't fit on my cart. So I mean, I did get super close to it, but pretty big. Maybe I mean, I don't know if it would fit on that. It's big.
I
Big ass
I I,
pearl.
I
I
mean,
looked
I
at
assume it's a pearl. That's what it looked like. A big,
Big ass
uh,
orb.
yeah, a big shiny
the
orb.
orb. Behold the orb. Um, and how far away did you say it was?
2 days off the road south.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Well, thank you for, I like clank my flask against his because I assume we were like having drinks as we were talking.
And his flask is empty.
Got it. I'll let him have a
And
pull
in
off of
return, we
mine.
give you
Yeah,
the tip to invest in beans.
beans. Well, if I ever run into some money, I'll keep an eye out for some beans.
Gonna be huge.
I'm. Do we want to check this out? That sounds like this could. I say to Modan after the traveler leaves. That sounds like it could be profitable.
I know I'm always down for a discovery. It'll probably be
So
the end of me one day. My,
it's only 2 days away, so yeah, let's do it.
Cool. You're both down for it?
let's go.
Cool. Let me add 2 days to your.
Maybe we can just get one of our pack
Um,
animals to nudge it along, roll it all the way to the citadel. Round it
cool.
rolls.
So yeah, you take a little shortcut through the riven grass there to the south, and sure enough, the second day of travel, you come across my screensaver. There it is. You come across as advertised a small rise. You almost miss it. It's kind of obscured by the tall grass, and uh, a few things stand out to you. There is indeed a giant pearl, like a pearl from an oyster, mother of pearl looking round thing sitting in the middle of this crater. Um, it seems to have been there for a while. There's no impact marks. There's no signs of anyone rolling it around there. Um, there are also some animals hanging out there. There are some savanna lions just sort of lounging by the pearl. There are also some, you know, herbivores of some kind, goats or sheep or something, also just lounging there with the lions. And what? Let me take a look at your stats here. Oh, great. Yeah, you're both fine. Yeah, you get a you get a vibe from it, from the area. Like if you approach the crater, um, it's kind of a chill vibe here. um, what would you like to do?
Um, I'm I'm curious in investigating this more,
Mhm.
especially
Well,
since the animals are chilling out.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and they kind of like raise their head and like look at you as you're approaching, just kind of like keeping an eye on you. This is big. It is 7 sacks big.
Oh, okay. So that would not fit on one of our carts.
Yeah. Um, if it was all in one piece. Uh, there are specific rules here which are fun. If I can find them out for
I know the
hacking
pieces.
away
I
hacking
know
away
the.
parts of the treasure.
It's one thing if it was a statue that had like jewels that we could like snip, but this is a giant freaking pearl. This is a pearl
Yeah.
the size of a VW.
Fact is round. It makes me feel like surely we can like rig up some kind of
Roll it.
harness or something around it for the pack animals to pull.
Treasure is heavy, so hack it up. Yep.
No, not gonna hack it up. Ruin it.
Yeah. So, what are you doing there?
I am going to. Um, I mean, seeing as the animals that are around it seem to be friendly,
They're relaxed at the moment. Yes.
relaxed at the moment, I will. I will go. I will examine the giant pearl. Like I'll try to walk past them,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I'm just going to like put my hands, not touching it, but I'm going to like put my hands around it and try to sense magically if there's anything that there's going on with this thing.
I don't think you even need to roll for anything there. You definitely feel like there's some aura to this thing for sure.
Okay.
It 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 feels like it's kind of it kind of pulls at you a little bit, your mind, but in a like someone pulling you in for a hug, kind of. It doesn't. It's not affecting you at all, but you feel that like it's trying to get you to stay there, but
Oh, it's
you're too savvy for that.
got it. Oh, okay. So this thing is basically trying to ensorcel us to like stay put and
protect it. I think
and protect it,
you can get
which
that vibe from it.
got
And
it.
I think
Which
when you get that vibe,
and I'm
yeah,
glancing
you
around at the
notice,
animals, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe
yeah,
that's
like
what's
as you approach it, like they have kind of like they're still like very relaxed, but they've like gotten up and they're sort of like pacing
absolutely watching
around
me.
behind you, and just like keeping an eye, like
Got
seeing
it.
what you're doing. Both the lions and the like goats and sheep, creepy little
Got it.
slit eyes.
I'm guessing that if we were to try to steal this thing, they would 100% attack us.
Or maybe they would just follow it.
I am not going to try to move this pearl that's the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. Especially so. How many animals are around this thing? Like dozens?
Not dozens. I'm gonna say, um, there's like a couple lions that you can see, and like probably a dozen of the goats and sheep.
Don't necessarily want to don't necessarily want to kill them. So, which I think we would have to, and we'd probably have to attack them if we tried to steal this. And we don't really have a means of transporting this at this point because it
I mean,
won't
I
fit
had an
in any of our
idea.
carts.
Yeah, what
Of
idea
course,
you got?
I mean, it's kind of moot if all the animals start to attack because I don't have an idea for that. But I kind of thought, I wondered if maybe from my traveler's kit, yeah, I could, maybe I could put like a large fishing net that we could then like use as a harness around it and like have pack animals on either side. So that it's basically almost like a slingshot. Set the
Mm-hmm.
net up
So
like a
we could like
slingshot.
drag it along.
But yeah, just drag it along with animals on either
Mm-hmm.
side of it.
If that worked, it would be very slow going.
Yeah, I figured it would slow us down. Not sure
Yeah.
how much.
I think this might be a thing that we like pencil in and
Right?
think about maybe a way to because this thing's got to be really valuable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can tell it is quite valuable. Clearly, it's a giant pearl.
I mean, if we could figure out a way to subdue or cordon off the animals while we made off with it, that'd be great. But we'd need a bigger transport than what we have.
Yeah, or a team of hired hands or something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we ever strike it rich and able to get a vetch or something like that, we could hire or have one of those really big carts that Clydesdales or Oliphants or something, like uh, not ponies but Clydesdales, or not
Yes.
ponies but elephants pulling our carts.
Yeah.
Well, this is interesting, but I don't think there's. I mean, I'm gonna look around and see if there's anything else nearby that could conceivably be valuable that might be near here.
This is pretty much it here.
Got it.
Yeah. But just for investigating it, you do get something. You each get 95 XP for checking this place out.
Okay.
An odd number.
XP.
Odd number.
Keep feeling we keep making all these discoveries we can't do anything with. We discover things and go like, well, I guess we gotta leave it.
I mean, you could just take out the lions. I'm sure they're fine.
But and again, we don't really have a means of transporting this, even if we did.
That's true. That's true.
Or we do, but it'd be slow.
It'd be low. And you can always just hack parts off of it and sell those.
This thing's magical. I don't want to break a magical thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably good call.
Feels like a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
I guess we'll return to the trail and continue to head east back toward the Porcelain Citadel.
Yeah,
Yes,
so.
indeed. Cool. That was your discovery.
That was our discovery.
We didn't roll a miss. We need to roll a misfortune for this place here. So who would like to
So
do
much
that?
misfortune.
There's misfortune every week. No getting around it.
Got it.
I don't remember
I
who's
forgot who
up.
rolled it last time.
I think you did, right? Because I had the last cough, and
Yeah,
then
I
didn't you
did.
roll something after that?
I rolled I rolled
I remember
something
what it
that I
was
then
though.
had to make a saving throw for.
That's right. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. So I'll roll it. 11.
11. Um, on the trail, as you're going through the trail of the Vomish dreams, um, you come across, well, poop. Um, you come across large chunks of refuse from, upon even casual inspection, clearly some kind of biomechanical person or thing, creature. Um, they are, you would estimate, like elephant-sized poops. Um, you can go around them and lose a day, or there might be an encounter.
Are in this world, are biomechanical things like always bad?
No, not
No,
always.
not
Vomes
always.
are the violent ones.
Right.
There's also, was it, what are the other
Yeah,
ones called?
there are plenty of biomechanical creatures that aren't violent,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the Vomes are.
Yeah. And I don't guess biomechanical poop is of any value for us for
No,
any
no,
reason.
no. Quite the opposite, in fact. You are in like heavy Vome land, however. So odds are as better than even odds that it is a Vome.
I think we should maybe avoid it. Take a day to get out of the to like. I
Yeah, yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
necessarily think I want to. I don't want to tangle with a creature that could create that much poop.
No, no,
Mm-hmm.
does not seem like a good idea.
That was two for that and one for that. Okay, cool.
Too bad there's not
Cool.
somewhere we
Yeah.
can sell it for a profit. Phone poop.
No. Dangerous but profitable business. Gong farmer. Great. So that is, I think that takes care of all that. Oh yeah, I didn't need to do that there.
Do market research on Vom shit. The market
Cool.
says nobody's interested. That's what the research says.
You know what? In fact, you do run across a helpful trading party on the trail of Vomish Dreams.
Ooh,
Um, uh, I think coincidentally, it's the same one coming back from the Citadel that you met
we met in the other
going
direction.
down. Yeah. Um,
Hail!
oh well, how did the maps come in? Did
I
the maps come
remember
in
you.
handy? We've got more maps if you want them. But if you want to do some trading, we're camping for the night.
We got a lot of Vom shit. No, I'm
Yeah, who doesn't?
kidding.
I've got just the thing for you. I'm going to try to sell some sunglasses, and I want to
Oh
haggle them
yeah,
higher.
yeah. Let's haggle them up.
Yeah. I'll try to help you out I'll put a pair on and be like, man, I love these sunglasses. These are
These are
so
so
cool.
cool.
They keep, man, you know how much nicer it is to travel without the glare of the sand blinding me all day? My God, these are great.
So yeah, definitely take +3 for your advertising. Um,
And
you can
plus charisma.
plus charisma. Yep. And the table says you can schmooze for 1d6 times 100 to gain advantage. Roll twice and take the higher one. But yeah, plus 4 is probably
Yeah,
pretty good,
I don't
right?
have that much. I don't have much money to spend, so. Well, let's do it. D20 plus 4. I rolled
Oh
a nat 20.
Oh,
dang,
yeah, buddy.
dang. Um, wow, yeah, they are into these things. So you bought them for how much?
I bought them for 100 each.
You can sell them for 300 each.
I will
Coolest
sell
sunglasses
them for
ever.
300 each.
The table says ×3, and you'd better skip town.
Yeah.
I'll
Because
play along too,
these
and
are
I'll be
so
like,
cool. Like, these are just sunglasses, man.
These
I
are-
spent how
I'll play
much?
along and be like, oh man, do I gotta get rid of mine too? They're so cool.
Can't make
All
a profit
right,
on
if I
these.
got to.
Yeah, I think that means if you encounter them again, it will be a less cordial visit.
Oh man.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but a profitable outcome.
So 3 times what I bought nine of them. So yeah, 3 times 9,
Nice.
That's pretty good.
2,700.
That's enough to buy a lot of foam shit.
All
Yeah,
right.
2,700.
Cool. Did you spend supplies for this week?
No, but I am about to.
Okay, cool. Do that. If you need to rest now, I think you can. So if you want to pop that life back up.
Yeah.
Is there any reason not to?
Nope.
Just if you want to be hardcore.
I mean, there might be some power somewhere that benefits from having low life, but I don't think anyone has that berserker or something. Great. So you're at the Trail of Omer Streams. Would you like to continue on to the Porcelain Citadel?
Yes, let us continue on to the Porcelain Citadel.
All right.
Everything's so bright now that I don't have sunglasses anymore.
Cool. Spend supplies for this week. You can also forage or whatever if you need to.
We got the supply. We got the supplies.
Great. It's misfortune time.
And I think you're up.
Yep.
Don't
I'm just doing some accounting here.
Don't roll another nat 20. Or is that good on misfortunes? I don't even know.
Those are good, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Higher
you
is
pretty
good.
much always want to roll high. I got a 17.
17,
All right.
not bad. Nope, that's a carousing table. I don't want a carousing table. I want a misfortune table. There it is. This is probably going to be good. Yes, you carefully, quietly step through the step and avoid all monsters. Let me roll for encounter, however. Oh dear. Cool. You do get some warning on this one though. It is eerily quiet for the last couple days. Often at night you can hear the vomes howling and skittering in the distance. Keeping a fair distance from the campfire. The last couple days have been silent. And you soon discover why. You can actually see in the distance ahead of you this thing. I think I posted a picture of it before. It is
Was this the thing that like fucked up that other group of that other group of porcelain princes that we encountered earlier?
Yeah. It is. How should I describe its size?
It's fine. I've got a dagger.
Yeah. It is a behemoth. It is godlike inside. It is a huge beast of just a mountain of pulsating, decaying, roiling flesh. Parts fall off, grows new limbs. It's how hard to tell how many legs it has from moment to moment, and sometimes none, and it just slithers around, but it's like a mountain range. It is probably wise to give it a wide berth.
Yeah.
Yes.
That will cost you 2 days to safely go around it.
I don't suppose was this the thing that was pooping?
No, its poops will be
Oh.
bigger than you.
Yeah,
Would you like to go around it?
let's go around it. I don't want to try to fight a
I
giant creature that would likely just like
think
kill
that
us without
sounds
thinking us. Like,
wise.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's give it a very wide berth.
Yeah.
Hell, let's add 3 days.
For reference, this is a level 17 creature, which
Ah,
is um
Considering I am level 4,
a
yeah,
lot.
no.
Yeah.
I'm level 2, but I got a dagger. Okay, we'll be fine. Cut
I
it up.
cast magic missile. Oh wait.
I mean, it would do a lot of damage, but
You'd make it real mad.
you would make it real mad. Cool. That was our encounter. We did that. Tally extra days. We're at 7 days now, and we know what that means. An extra week.
Huzzah!
That puts us at old second 4.
We can't go anywhere on time.
Yeah. That price of travel. Cool. Spend another week of supplies and roll another misfortune.
Okay.
Hey,
Supplies.
and it's my misfortune time, right? What was that one you rolled, Mark? I just saw a one.
That's the Lamarckian monstrosity.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
My misfortune.
Okay, we are now out of supplies.
Oh, my misfortune is a 2.
So, do you have any hero dice?
I have a hero die, yes.
Okay, great. I'm going to describe what happens if you don't use it. It's a long time on the road. You can see the citadel in the distance, but you are tired. Your beetle horse whinnies and clacks and shakes, and you look down, and it has stepped in a puddle of shifting, oily, silvery black liquid that seems to be crawling up its leg.
No, don't like that.
We now have we would now have a Vom infected horse.
You would now have a Vom infected horse shortly. There's probably probably have a window to do something, but yeah. What would you like to
What
do?
could I do?
Yeah. I mean, you could hack off a leg and see if that helps, but what use
I
the
mean,
beetle horse?
what you do with a lame horse is you take it behind the barn and
yeah.
This
Burn it. Burn it.
Like
Burn
a
it.
hero die situation.
Yeah.
Because I like my beetle horse. Come on, hero die. Be good. 5.
A 5. Great. Wow, there's so many tangle shrubs here. No. You do wind up in the brush as you're avoiding some madness, and you get stuck by an infected thornstone.
Ow!
Bim. Oh, geez. Yeah. You have an infected thornstone wound.
Son of a bitch.
Barring. Well, let's see what the encounter is here.
Is that under burdens? Is that how it works?
Yes. Yeah. Infected thornstone wound.
And what does that mean?
That means you're going to lose. It says Vim. I think you're going to lose either strength or endurance every day until it's cured. Which you can do with some stuff that you have. So,
what does the little numbers next to burdens mean? Like -1, -2, and everything.
That's how much it adds to your roll every time you roll. Oh, we haven't been doing that for Phaedred.
We haven't been doing that. Sorry. Whoops. I
totally
right. Forgot.
That's for any roll for anything.
Any roll you make.
Anytime you roll a d20, got it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Would you like
that
to
looks bad. That looks
some
bad.
vodka on there?
Let's use the vodka on that.
Cool.
Oh, this hurts. This sucks.
Oh man, that looks bad. Here, drink this.
That thorn had some nasty shit on it.
Sure did. It says, Vim seeps away daily until healed. or dead.
So before we use the vodka, is this another situation where I could just do the healing thing to do it? Or
No,
okay, so we do
this is
need
a
the vodka.
bad
Got it.
thing.
Well, looks like that vodka will come in handy after all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have some vodka.
Thank you, sir. Because this sucks.
um, the rest of the trip is pretty uneventful.
So
You
I'm sorry, does that go away now? Is that how
yes,
that?
that goes away once it's healed. Yeah. You are drunk as shit though.
Hey, buddy!
Which is good. You know, as you approach the Citadel, ride through a pack of gentle herbivores grazing in the fields outside,
I love
and
you,
you
herbivore. Come on, pet you.
approach the Citadel just in time, in fact. End
Yeah,
of
let's yeah,
end of Old
we'll
Second.
okay. Yeah, we'll go in and see if we
Yeah.
can like set up shop last. We don't hey, we got the money now. Yeah, I'm gonna let's live large again. Let's rent the same place we rented last time.
Yeah, that was
Sweet.
sweet.
That was like what,
Um,
100 a week or something like that?
Yeah, it was 100
yeah.
a week. It was super sweet.
I think we'll just close on you riding into town. I think we're
Okay.
coming up on time. Yeah, we'll start fresh next time.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool. Yeah, I think I don't think there's any more housekeeping there. Great. Yeah, you can both add up to 2 hero dice, I think,
Okay.
for next time, because that'll be a session in an hour. Yeah, I think that's all I've got here. I'll check those notes. That's fine. Do. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Let's do a little
Fantastic.
bit of stars and wishes. Let's start with Mike.
Yeah, stars all around. This is super fun. You never know what the hell's going to happen in this game, and I kind of love that.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned this in the past. I just love the way that this game is. Um, it's chaotic, but there's a through line.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to find when you roll on all these damn tables, but whatever you roll, it feels more or less right for the setting.
Hmm.
Um, I've been a big fan of anti-canon settings for a while, and this is kind of like the example.
Yeah.
I've not encountered one that's like better, where the baseline is like painted in very broad strokes, but it's very evocative, and like all of the tables, all the stuff that we encountered, just works together. Even though when I know that there are some tables in this that are have contradictory entries. Well,
Hmm. So be it.
you roll the like, well, this is the one that's true for our version of the Grasslands.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, and start Mark for just bringing on the weird, and I loved our interaction with like the hero of the people. Hero of the people. What
She's
the
the
hell kind
worst.
of hero and what the hell kind of people, lady? Um, yeah, that could have gone bad. I'm glad the
That could have
magic
gone real.
worked on
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. She's a higher level than you guys are. So.
Yep, yep, yep. Oh, and Heath, it is a pleasure to play with you. This is super fun. I love Modan, who's like straightforward and forthright, and always who's like always game for doing the interesting stuff. And I just think that's a lot of fun. Um, makes sense that you are the traveler, in addition to being the bean salesman.
The bean guy.
And I never really thought I'd be, and just from personal experience. Again, like, this is more about the game than anything else. I never thought I'd be leaning so hard on being an ad man, but I rolled that on the table, and there we go.
There you go. Do you have any wishes?
Just more. I just want more. This is like
Cool.
so weird. Like I want to find more weird, cool shit.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah,
Cool, Heath.
yeah, stars all around. Always awesome cheering from Mark, and yeah, it's fun. Fun. I love playing with you, Mike. It's really interesting. I don't do a lot of games. Usually we, more like four. It's interesting to only have like two players,
Hmm.
because it's just, a different dynamic, not in a good or bad way, but just obviously, it's you sort of get, I guess, more screens. Like we're involved in everything that happens, every decision that happens. There's never
Yeah.
like, well, okay, let's watch and see what somebody else does. So it's kind of fun. We have a fun little duo, I think, and I
Yeah.
think it works well as well with like the real life dynamic, sort of me coming into the game later. So it's kind of it works with the characters as well. It's sort of like, oh, I'm new to this caravan thing. I'll take your advice. How do we do this? Wasn't it? I'm just here for the travel because it's fun. Um, the only wishes I can think of are like I just hopefully eventually we can interact. Like I said, I feel like we discover lots of cool shit that we can't do anything about it. So it's like, yeah, cool thing. Can't do anything with it. So let's leave. So hopefully
You
maybe
could. It's just dangerous.
and then same with like sometimes I don't know if it's like lack of imagination on my part, but like that the encounter with the second encounter with what's her face
Mm.
just felt like a stone wall, like felt like there's nothing we can do here. There's nothing we can do to affect this. You're fucked. The end of story. Get fucked. Yeah. So
Welcome
like
to the
didn't feel like
grasslands.
didn't feel like there was anything we could do to win that scenario. So that's always a little frustrating. When it's just like, so it's like kneel down and give her your shit or die. At least you did have a power to find
I was
this
gonna
Plot
say
like,
revenge.
at least
but
we
there
could
was like
yeah at least I could use at least
yeah,
I could magic her away.
but there was like nothing I had in my. I was just like,
Yeah,
there's literally
if we're
nothing
gonna
I can
have a
do.
if we're gonna try if we were gonna like if we are gonna throw down, we were totally gonna get screwed.
Oh yeah, I mean I've got a fucking dagger and I'm level 2, so it's like
Yeah, you used to have a rifle, but
yeah,
But
took a gamble. It was a bad one. But hey, that happens. The
yeah, it was
very
all right.
nature of gambling.
Just
Sometimes
find out
you,
where she lives.
sometimes, but still, it's just yeah, yeah. I do definitely love the setting and just the utter. You just don't know. You never know what's gonna come up. It's all fun. And I also do like the fact that like the options we had and the plans we made were sort of like it is cool. It's like, okay, yeah, we have a plan where we can go. Let's, we got this plan to earn a little money, and then that'll give us some cushion to go follow some more of our fancy flights of fancy,
Yeah.
and yeah. So it's just overall very cool system, very cool game, and it's fun little group.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other wishes?
I think so.
Ooh, I have a plan for interaction stuff. Yeah, it's cool. Good playing with both of y'all. The system is, I like just reading it. It sounds like the like fiction and world and setting is super cool, but like you, I think a certain reading of it is just like, oh, I'm just like playing like the computer game of like going here and buying low and selling high.
Right.
But it's fucking great. like you're saying, like you can like do a little bit of research, make some plans, and then there's a lot of different possibilities because it's not just like going and getting some cloth here and then selling it for point 0.1 more here and then getting some gold here, and it's like there's a lot of decisions of the discoveries and stuff are really neat. The encounters add so much texture to it, just like your own personal motivations affect so much. And then like the different like recurring things like our little Avomi friend, like what's gonna happen with her? What's gonna happen next time you run into that caravan? Johnny Autofac's still out there. Like there's so many things just spinning in the background and foreground that just make it so much fun. Yeah, I'm saying interesting choice, and that sounds a little shitty, but it's not meant as shitty at all. Interesting choice to go back to the Citadel. Super cool to like revisit some stuff instead of just like pushing forward into more deeper weirdness. I think it's like instead of just like more intense weirdness, it is like more layered weirdness here. So we're gonna get to like revisit some things and see how stuff has changed and affected, and like more stuff gets layered on. So that's great. I love it. Yeah, I think it wishes just see where y'all decide to go next.
I'm excited to hopefully
Yeah.
hopefully get our first milk run set up or something. That'll be fun to have
Yeah.
operating.
Takes a bit of investment, but you can do it. Cool. Anything else before I stop the recording? Cool.
Well, I thought it was cool that we seemed to have cornered the sunglasses market.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Bye, anyone who's watching.
Bye.